Let's keep it real. If a woman stops to tell you you smell good, you already won. I'm talking about random strangers, cashiers, your crush, or even your boss's wife. Now, that could be awkward, but with these 5 fragrances, it's also a possibility because these are certified compliment magnets. Spray them on, and you will get stopped. Now, our first fragrance smells like a first-class flight. Well, at least that's what she said. A few weeks ago, I was on a return flight from Cleveland to Dallas, and the lady next to me said, now this is what a first-class flight is supposed to smell like. Now, she also went on to say that she was sensitive to fragrance and she was happy she was sitting next to someone with such good taste. Now, obviously, the fragrance I had on was Scentxme from Kierin NYC, and let me tell you, this one, it's a winner. This scent is a mix of bubbly champagne, juicy passion fruit, warm cinnamon, and a splash of rum. In my experience, women love a man that smells exciting, and Scentxme is not only exciting, but it's downright addictive. The cinnamon adds a subtle spice to this composition, but this is undeniably a crowd pleaser. While everyone else is wearing Spice Bomb or Noir Extreme, this is the fragrance that you can spray on and start getting the compliments you deserve. Fragrance aside, the lines between what's manly and what's not so manly continue to become increasingly blurred, but sometimes women just want to feel like you can protect them. And that's where our next fragrance, Alghabra's Jamaican tobacco, comes into play. Now, my wife described this fragrance as a manly tobacco fragrance with a boozy undertone that she loves to smell on me up close and personal. There's this vanilla, nutmeg, and tobacco within this fragrance that just makes this one feel warm, smooth, and sexy. It also makes it feel expensive. When I think of Jamaican tobacco, I think of this one as this perfect blend between rugged and refined. It's bold without being overpowering, sweet without being childish, and masculine without being too aggressive. Which is important because many women feel like they would be safer in the worldwide woods with the bear than a random guy. But I digress. If you ever heard about how good Mancera's red tobacco was, tried it, and then hated it, then this is probably a fragrance that you should reach for because this one has many of those same qualities, but in my opinion, it's much more palatable and easier for you to enjoy, and it has that similar feel, but also a lot more sexy. Not only is it so much more enjoyable, it's a scent that ladies will likely express interest in because not only does it smell good, but it also smells like you can protect them. This is some manly juice. Moving on, we have 1 Million Lucky, and this fragrance is no stranger to the channel. This one gives rich man energy, but not the traditional rich. This one is like, I'm rich because I got so many ladies, I can't contain myself. It's hazelnut, fresh plum, and a shot of cedarwood that make you smell like a high roller. Not only that, in my opinion, this one was a nice change from the typical 1 Million DNA. It's smooth and playful, but it's also fresh and sweet. And it's also a bit woody, and it's woody in a way that makes people want to get a little bit closer. The ladies might ask, is that wood in your fragrance, or are you just happy to see me? If you want a fragrance that screams, I get what I want, then this is it. 1 Million Lucky is arguably one of the best fragrances from the 1 Million lineup, and this one gets a ton of love. Now, unlike the other fragrances we talked about, this one gets talked about quite a bit. So if that leaves you wondering why people are so drawn to it, it's not that it's exclusive, it's just that it smells like you made the right decisions, and for that, you deserve to be complimented. Sospiro's Dolce Melodia is up next, and this is a fragrance that you wear when you want to be unforgettable, or at least I do. It's a mix of this creamy jasmine, juicy mandarin, and sandalwood that smell luxurious, sexy, and just a tad bit mysterious. But, I mean, it also smells fruity. Not that kind of fruity, but you know where I'm going. If you were stepping out of the house and if what are you wearing was the goal that you wanted to hear, this is a fragrance that's going to deliver on that almost every time. It's smooth, it's sensual, and when you spray this, and if you play your cards right, you might just leave every interaction with another crush or two. Now, you heard me mention that this one is a fruity scent, but it's not your average fruity fragrance. No, my guy, this one has depth. It's deeper, it's more refined, and it has layers. On first spray, you get this juicy, fresh mandarin and saffron. And then the jasmine and rose kick in, really providing this soft elegance to the scent. And then finally, there's some sandalwood and vanilla that really just bring this all together. Plus, this is a fragrance that lasts. And it's also a fragrance that women want their men to smell like. So if you play your cards right, it just might be you. Anytime I wear this next fragrance, I feel like Meek Mill. I got the juice. This one smells like that, but 10 times sexier. And of course, we're talking about Commodities juice. It's raspberry, strawberry, and rhubarb brought together in this delicate way that just smells sexy, amazing, and impossible to ignore. Ad hoc discussion here. So my son and I were at the barbershop the other day. He happened to have this one on. Now, it's not a lady, but the barber said, "My guy, what you got on? It smells great." And he said, "Commodity juice, my guy." Of course, he didn't know what it was, but it is what it is. I'm saying that to say, when you wear commodity juice, it is more likely that you're going to get stopped and you're going to get complimented. People of all ages want to know what this scent is, and typically I would gatekeep, but because you and I are cool, I'm gonna let you on game. Legend has it that if you haven't gotten complimented on this fragrance, you haven't sprayed enough. Either that or you look like Shrek. Now, in my experience with this fragrance, this one isn't just a fresh scent. It's fun, it's energetic, and it puts you in a good mood from the moment you spray it on. It's perfect for daytime, casual dates, and it's also perfect for making you the best smelling guy in the room. If a fragrance could smile, this one will be cheesing from ear to ear. Wear this one and you'll be the guy that everyone wants to be around. These scents are almost guaranteed to have women stopping you in your tracks, but don't just take my word for them. Give them a try and come back and let me know how these work for you. Now, these 5 fragrances should be a surefire way for you to get more attention from the ladies, but if you wear fragrances and never get compliments, watch this.